remember, a rat is never more dangerous than when he's cornered.
Calling Piper a rat is an insult to rodents. Will you look at this?
It's Mick Foley!
My God! Mick Foley just cold-cocked him with that crutch.
I don't believe it! They were working together the whole time!
And Mick Foley was clearly feigning his own injuries. He duped us all. But why are these two united? And what does this mean for the WWE?
Well, it looks like you've gotten yourself in quite a situation. It looks like this is the final showdown, which is too bad, really, because our ratings could be better. But if this has to be the finale, I've decided to make it a grand one. Tonight, you'll be settling this old-school grudge the old-school way in a steel cage match.
Weeks ago, I could hardly believe we were even seeing this man in a Smackdown ring, and tonight, I can't believe who he's teaming up with.
I guess you could call him the master of the unexpected. But seriously, this guy has been around a long time, Cole. And you know as well as I do, he's no stranger to doing exactly what it takes to get what he wants.
Man shocked the world Monday night when he revealed he was working together with his arch rival all along. And if that's not strange enough, he says he did it because he felt he was being disrespected.
I don't know how much more respect he could ask for. I can't think of anyone who was more respected by the fans and the guys in that locker room until he pulled this stuff, of course.
And here comes a man who's got a little payback of his own to dish out. I mean, if they want to talk about being disrespected, they should walk a mile in this legend's shoes.
Yeah, he was a patsy, plain and simple. But come on, what was he expecting? Counting on Roddy Piper to win a match back? That doesn't exactly sound like the brightest career move, if you know what I'm saying.
This man has got some serious grudges to settle in that ring tonight, but I've got to wonder how much he's got left after getting laid out in that vicious assault Monday night on Raw. He was hit by a clutch.
Well, he better have something in the tank, considering who he's in there with. These legends might be a little older, but I'm telling you right now, they are not to be taken lightly, and he knows that.
The Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, is home to Smackdown tonight, and what a show we've got for you.
Without a doubt, Cole, tonight's show is going to be off the chart.
You know it, partner. The Smackdown superstars are ready for action, and I can't wait to get started.
He slipped out of that one.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. And injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
You got that right, Cole. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent get an easy pick.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No support. Here's the reversal, Cole.
One of the things that's always impressed me about Bam Bam Bigelow is how agile he is for such a big man.
That's something a lot of his opponents overlook. Bam Bam is very quick, as he is mean. Very quick also for a gigantic man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars, for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no off-season for them. There's no month or two off between matches.
There sure ain't, Cole. And these guys are here week in and week out, and every night they leave it in the ring.
And they do it all for the WWE fans, Taz. Without them, none of us would even be here. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant to...
Nice quick counter.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it. Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You really got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this. Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity. Oh no, the referee is down. What's going to happen now?
Anything and everything, Cole. No ref means no rules. Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea how this is gonna happen.
Neither do I, Taz. And I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
No doubt, Cole. I've seen superstars get a huge advantage over their opponents and still lose the match because they got sloppy.
Anything can happen in WWE. An entire match can turn on one or two big moves.
And that's why you can't take your eyes off the action for 1 second. You never know when something huge is gonna go down.
Superstars successfully executes their finishing move. Oh my God, I think the referee's out, Taz.
I'll tell you, they gotta start getting sturdy at refs, Cole. This kind of thing seems to happen all the time. I love hearing the crowd come alive, even when I don't
If he didn't make sure his opponent was out, this is going to be a very short climb.
There is no doubt that Batista made a hell of an impact on Raw, Cole. But now that he doesn't have Triple H or Ric Flair watching his back, I think his days might be numbered.
Batista has taken the best that his former Evolution teammates have had to offer, and he's always come out on top. I don't think that's going to change.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
Cole, what you got to realize, to make it in the WWE, this is not a job. This is a lifestyle. That's why you see so much passion.
Wow, now that it's over, I feel like I've been in a time machine watching this one. Despite the twists and turns we've seen, I think that this rivalry can finally be considered a settle.
I'll tell you what, if that doesn't settle it, there's nothing going to settle it. There's no way these guys could survive another match like that, especially at Barry.
Howdy, chump. Mr. Kennedy here, as if I needed an introduction. Just calling to say that the word on the street is that Teddy Long made a match for us tonight on SmackDown. Look, I got no problem with you, but it seems like T. Lowe's doing you some sort of favor by putting you in the ring with a legend in the making like myself. I guess maybe he owes you a favor or something? Anyway, I know you're gonna go out there and do your thing, and I'm gonna go out there and do my thing. Just stay out of my way until the bell rings. Try not to embarrass yourself, and I'll try to go on easy on you after that. Ciao, fella.
Mr. Kennedy! Now that I have everybody's attention, I would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds. I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy! Mr. And the opponent, who has no chance whatsoever of victory here tonight, he hails from some inbred village of mentally deficient hicks, born to parents who happen to be first cousins. He perpetually struggles with personal hygiene.
Oh, what's he doing? I love Mr. Kennedy's introductions. Kennedy!
Well, I don't think anyone's ever interrupted Mr. Kennedy quite like that before. But if you ask me, it's a long time coming. The Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, is home to SmackDown tonight, and what a show we've got for you.
Without a doubt, Cole, tonight's show is going to be off the charts.
You know it, partner. The SmackDown superstars are ready for action, and I can't wait to get started.
I got to tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got...
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
Not kidding, Cole. Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole. That don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle. Oh, man, this is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done.
I tell you, Taz, Ken Kennedy certainly...
Oh, man, this ain't gonna be pretty. Close fist shots in the turnbuckle.
Blow after after blow after blow. When's it going to end? What a reversal!
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a podcast partner, right?
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. It could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off. He saw that one coming.
He slipped. This is just dumb, Cole. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
I love hearing the crowd come alive, even when I don't exactly agree with what they're saying.
Me too, and I do agree with what they're saying, Taz. Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of you. Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the...
Oh, come on, quit showing off. This is supposed to be a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before, Taz. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up again.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole.
What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you... Come on, ref. That should have been a disqualification right there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Cole, but it's not. It's not a disqualification.
It sounds like this capacity crowd... Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, that 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee. Batista.
I want to know when he's going to start fighting like a man and stop playing possum. He's going for the pin. This could be it.
Here's your winner, Batista.